Welcome into the Jamey Chadwell Show. Charleston Southern now 4-2, winners of 3 in a row, and they'll host Bucknell this Saturday. They'll do so off a convincing 38-3 win over Presbyterian. And Coach, 3-week layoff. I think you knew your team would be excited. You wondered how they would play having that long of a layoff, and they played really well.
They did. I was very pleased. One, with the effort. I don't think that would be an issue, but I thought our execution for the most part. We had a couple hiccups there early in the game, but just more than pleased, for just the way we dominated the game and really all three phases. Some things to clean up, but with the team that we've struggled with, and the last 2 years in close games, and it was good for us to really just put them away early and see us, and especially our quarterbacks continue to grow and make some plays. It was good to see the defense get back to doing their normal stuff. So it was a great Saturday night, great homecoming. It was very festive. It was, can't tell you how awesome it was when you drive on campus and you see all the tailgaters really early out there. I mean, it felt like what a college atmosphere is supposed to be like. And I know our kids, our players appreciated that very much, to have that type of environment. And it was a great home crowd, and pleased to get the win. Anything
that happened Saturday, you think that 3-week layoff helped that happen at all?
I think part of it is when we've played, PC in the past, have always been sandwiched between either coming off a big game or getting ready to play, Coastal that was right afterwards. And I think, what it allowed you to do is allowed you to not worry about anything because you were just so hungry to play, to focus on them. I think that was a positive of it. And I thought you saw us execute some things. We were pretty well prepared for the game, so you could see we had a long time to do it. So we'll probably look worse this week, but I think that helps. You gave up some momentum, you gave up some rhythm, but you did get a lot of practice time and things. So there's some positives in that. There's nothing you can take away from game experience, though. Missing the game that we did, but we'll look at the positives of it, and it helped us out and was a benefit to us.
CSU will try to make it 4 in a row this Saturday, 11:45 against Bucknell. First, we take a look at some first-half highlights from this Saturday's game. You mentioned a really good crowd on hand. You get your 9th straight home victory, but in the first quarter, it was a game that looked like it's got to shape up like the last couple of years.
It did. We get a good start. We get a nice kick, and put our defense out there. We wanted to go on defense first, and I think they get a little bit of a drive here. I think they make a first or a couple first downs. I can't remember really, but they get a nice little drive going, but our defense does a great job of getting them stopped here and on a 3rd down.
PC's quarterback, John Walker, making his first career start, finds the tight end Joseph Purder for a first down. Your defense does get a stop, and outside of 3 first downs on the first 2 series of this football game, just 1 first down outside of that, Troy McGowan makes a nice play on the ball there.
Yeah, I thought Troy did a nice job. That was a hard play because the sun was in his eyes, and he did a good job. And they back us up here, and we obviously felt like we had a nice plan. Wanted to get off to a great start, and then have a chance there. But we put ourselves in a makeable 3rd down, but do not convert it, which was disappointing because it was 3rd and short, and we feel like on 3rd and short we should have opportunities to make some plays. And we had a chance to get up in there and make it, and just running back didn't hit the hole the way we needed to, and didn't get the execution. And so we have to punt back.
The PC holds CSU to a 3-and-out on their first series. Blue Hose get the ball back, swing it out in the flat there. They eventually cross over into your end of the field, get another first down pass here, or upcoming here to the tight end, and had a chance to get on the board first, but your defense makes a big play.
They did. I think they tried a deep pass off of some time of play action boot. They get themselves down here, and then they try to beat us deep, and Troy McGowan ends up making a nice play here.
Walker had led PC to a comeback win in their last game, a win over Monmouth. Tries to find Darrell Wilson here, and there's Troy McGowan with his 2nd interception of the year, 8th of his career, and a big play in the football game, and you guys really start swinging the game in your favor here.
I thought this was a huge drive. We're obviously backed up. It's 90. I think it ended up being a 97-yard drive, 10 plays, I think is what it was. It was really nice execution. Made a couple 3rd downs, made a couple nice plays on 3rd down when we needed to, and I thought Shane did a really nice job of taking what they gave him on this drive. We didn't panic. We just executed pretty well, and I knew here that we felt like we had a nice beat on them. Even though we had a penalty on this drive, we had a couple penalties that set us back that was a little disappointing. Part of that execution we talked about, just being off 3 weeks. But Shane made some nice plays on 3rd down, and it was good to see everybody get involved. Nice catch by Colton there.
Big catch by Colton Corn for 20 yards. Mike Holloway was a factor on this drive as well, catching the football. Darius Hammond gets down the sideline for about 6, and Holloway, I think, had 3 catches for first downs on this drive here. Shane does a nice job, kind of move around a little bit and find Scott, the tight end.
Yeah, I thought he did a nice job in the pocket there. Shane worked around and made a nice throw to Quavon there. And then this is a great run. We get nice blocking up front, and Ben Robinson shows his his burst there and puts us on the board right there first, which is what we needed. We needed to take the lead there and get some confidence.
25-yard touchdown run by Ben Robinson caps a 12-play, 97-yard drive. Your defense gets back on the field and forces another 3 and out, and I think probably those 3 weeks for them, coming off giving off up the 58 to Coastal, probably extra hungry to get back at it.
They were, they wanted to get out there and make some plays, and they did a great job. And here we have a chance at a big play, and our quarterback pitches the ball late. Our running back has a chance to get on it. They miss it, so we turn the ball over right there after we get a great stop inside the red zone. There wasn't a lot of disappointing plays. That was one of them. To our credit, our defense bowed up, and our defense says all the time when we have a sudden change, their job is to get the ball back. They got to do something to get the ball back here, and our defense did a great job of holding them to a field goal, and we were extremely close to blocking it, real close. But that's a win for us, even though we turned it over, held them to 3 points. I'm sitting here going 7-3 now. Here we go again. We're on one of these other ones, and then especially here in a second after we have a play where it looks like we're going to, looks like we almost fumbled again, and then Shane make some nice plays on the next drive here, and we start moving the ball.
Colton Corn again on 3rd down. He had 4 catches, as did Mike Holloway, to lead you in the passing game, and Shane in the first half was perfect. 9 for 9, finds Cam Brown over the middle here.
Yeah, I thought he did a nice job of picking his spots and making good throws. Tried to put him in positions where he could make some good plays, and he spread it around too. Everybody, I think, in the game had an opportunity to get a catch. You can see Jeffrey Raw, young freshman there. He's growing in his role and made some nice plays in the game, and it was good to see Mike get in here on 2nd and go.
Nice job by Wall to adjust to the ball behind him. Holloway with the 1-yard touchdown run. And you throw in Wall with the other backs, you have a real nice complementary player.
He is. He can obviously do something in the passing game, but we can use him out of the backfield. And we've been looking for a guy that can have a role like that, and we think he's a guy that can be really special in our offense.
Late in the first half here, you got a couple of timeouts, so I figure if you can get a 3 and out, you get the ball back with a chance, and that's exactly what your defense does.
Yeah, they did a good job. PC helped us out right there with an incompletion too. I didn't know if they'd try to throw it. We were trying to figure it out over there. But it was good to, one, we got them backed up there and made the decision, hey, we're going to use those timeouts and see if we can get the ball back. And, we inserted Rob here for this situation. We were trying to figure out, hey, if we got a first down, then we're going to maybe go into the 2-minute and trying to see if we could get close. And then, obviously, this play happens here.
78-yard touchdown run on his 2nd snap of the game. Looked like he almost ran out of gas there at the end.
Yeah, what happened? He actually they said he pulled his groin a little bit because I guess he wasn't loose. So, he's got to start stretching before he gets in there. But that was a huge play right there for him. He's scored, I think, now 4 touchdowns in the last 2 games running the ball. And, that shows the type of ability he has. And that really brought the half to a great close. We're up 21-3 there, and we know we're getting the ball coming out of the locker room, so we were feeling good about the position we were in going into halftime.
Got to think that makes you guys feel good as an offensive staff to know you have him waiting over there.
Yeah, it does. He's still obviously learning some things. There's still some inconsistencies, that you don't know what you're going to get all the time. But even that play, you're supposed to do something, and he just sort of made a play work. And sometimes what you have to learn as a coach, he's going to do things like that, and you're going to shake your head, and he's going to do some other things. You're going to shake your head the other way, but you just sort of have to live with it because he's got some of the ability to make some things happen, and he's done that. And we're going to continue to use him and Shane in some of those situations because they're a nice, it's a nice mixing those guys up a little bit, and it gives us a little bit of creativity as well.
And the result pretty good on that one. A 78-yard touchdown run for Robert Mitchell gave the Bucks a 21-3 halftime lead. They poured it on in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a look at that after this on the Jamey Chadwell Show. Welcome back on the Jamey Chadwell Show as we roll into some second half highlights from CSU's 38-3 win over Presbyterian this past Saturday, and in control at the half and a third quarter offensively you had to be really happy with.
We were. We talked a lot about one of the great things about being able to receive the ball second half is no matter what's happened, you got a chance to go set the tone right away. And we get a great return, which we talked about. Obviously, we get a penalty that was very disappointing. So we're backed up, but we wanted to go set the tone and really put the game out of reach early here. And I thought we did a nice job starting out, and we converted on a 3rd and short here, which was good. Then get a chance to make some plays in the passing game. And you see Mike out of the backfield here. Shane hits him there for a first down on a 2nd and long. I think that was after a penalty as well.
The called back returns, 3 big returns. That was one of the only downfalls of the day, but Shane does a nice job there to make a play with his feet, moves it into PC territory, going down the field again. Another big catch over the middle by Colton.
Colton, that was a huge catch, and we wanted to try to take advantage of some of our passes. And here we hit Cam in a one-on-one situation. He runs a great route out there to get us inside the red zone there, and he's hard to cover. Cam is, and does a great job. And then Shane takes it in here on the 1st down or on the 2nd down there, which was a nice play.
11-yard touchdown run by Shane Busnell. We saw Colton open over the middle a few times. I know you had talked about Cam's effect. Did you see that a little bit in Saturday's game?
Yeah, they're trying to, you press Cam and put 2 people over, and you put one. You put when you put him to one side, they take 2 people, opens up the middle of the field. That's why I think you're seeing Colton have some bigger games, and which has been nice. Cam's doing a good job with the ability he has. Here you see our defense get after it and do a nice job.
Seth Harrelson had a tackle for loss. Bucks did not give up a single first down in the second half. Mike Holloway gets free on the sideline there in a drive where you reinsert Robert Mitchell, you go back to the ground game, and did it all on the ground on this series.
Yes, we wanted to, Shane did a nice job, and we wanted to put Rob in there to give him some good quality reps. We had a couple throws called, but he obviously scrambled out of there and made some nice runs to get us down there inside the goal line area here, and he does a nice job taking this one in.
Holloway and Hammond started off. Mitchell finishes it off, 8-yard touchdown run for him. Gets a pat on the helmet there from Eric Austell. And an offensive line, too, that's had a lot of shuffling here so far in the year, has done a pretty good job.
They have. They've been really consistent. We've had some injuries. We've had some other things that we've had to deal with. And those guys are up there battling, and they're doing a nice job of Eric, and Frank Cerrone, the 2 guys that have played the most football, are doing a nice job of keeping our guys level-headed and taking control of that offensive line. This was one of the drives I was disappointed in right here.
Mitchell almost fumbles there, then on a 3rd down play tries to find a man over the middle, intercepted by Grant Beidle. So some of the good from Robert and some of the bad there.
Right, yeah, and that's something there that he has to, one, make a better decision, and 2, we have to have more trust in him on those certain plays that we rep, and he gets the opportunity. He's got to make the plays when they're there. Obviously, you say, "Oh, coach, you're up 35-3," but you might be in a game where you need him to make those things, and you need to do it consistently all the time. So that was disappointing, but our defense did a nice job getting the ball back.
Anthony Ellis makes the play there, takes the quarterback clean off his feet for the sack. Austin Talbot gets a carry here. You get London Johnson some playing time, and only scored 3 points with him in the game, but ran off 2 nice drives, and this is what he does best there.
He does. He did. We had 2 nice drives. We were backed up inside the 10. He took us all the way down inside the that was a cheap shot right there by 47, to be honest with you. He should have got thrown out of the game. He got us down inside the red zone both times. We had dropped basically two drop touchdown passes on the drive, the previous drive, and then this one. And it was nice to see Jacob Smoke knock that one in. How their guy missed it. He dove past it there. It should have been blocked. He dove past it, but that was nice for us to get a nice win. And a lot of people got to contribute, which was good because of 3 weeks everybody's wanting to play, and I think everybody had a chance to get in there and make some plays, which was you don't get that often in conference play. So it was good to get everybody in there and and get some quality reps.
Where have you seen London grow and maybe preparing better week in, week out?
Well, I think now that he's realized the importance of being prepared at quarterback, you can't rely on your athletic ability all the time. I think he's taken that and he's trying to get better in practice, taking that more serious. And you saw some of the ability that he has. He was able to do some good things, and I thought he made some really nice decisions in our throwing game. We didn't, I think we threw it 4 or 5 times with him and made some really nice reads, and continue to grow in that area. And so that's given our coaches confidence. We know his ability, Is he going to take care of the ball? Is he going to make wise decisions? And he's doing a good job of trying to take what he's learned in practice. I think the practice time for the missed hurricane was really critical for him and Rob, just to continue to grow. And he's getting better each week, and so that's a positive there, because you want to have guys when you get in there that can give you a chance to move the football. And what most people didn't realize, their ones were still in there at the end there, so which was good. He was doing that against some of their ones, which was nice.
Good things offensively, really good things defensively. 102 yards, lowest ever given up to an FCS opponent. Obviously, Chad Staggs does a good job with the defense. He's been your coordinator going back to your days at North Greenville. How did you guys kind of develop that relationship?
Well, we first when I was here as an assistant, he was at South Carolina as a grad assistant, and I was working football camps in South Carolina. Got to know each other there, and then we had a defensive back job position come open here. And Coach Mills hired him there, and he did a nice job. And then when I went to North Greenville, he was from that area, came up and was the coordinator. And so we've known each other probably since 2005, 6, somewhere around in there, and worked those camps. And he takes a lot of pride in it and doing a great job defensively. He's always, from the time that we started working together at North Greenville, he's always tried to create them playing with unbelievable effort and having pride in what they do, and having that swarm mentality, and has done a good job everywhere we've been. That is just creating that mindset. Defensive, schemes are all great, and he does a great job, but it's more so the mindset. You got to have a mindset, and those guys have to have confidence in what they do. And I think the main thing that most people don't realize is we have a lot of continuity in our staff. When you have that over 3, 4, 5, whatever how many years it is, then those players know how they coach. Those players know what the coach is expecting. It makes it easier and easier, and I think that's been a lot of part of the success that we've been able to have, offense, defense. All of it is we've had a lot of continuity. Defensive
unit, defensive player of the week in the Big South. You only punt twice. You roll up over 500 yards of offense, but your punter, Truett Burns, gets special teams player of the week.
Yeah, so the other special teams guys must have had a struggle during the week, but our defense deserved that. You can't when you hold people to that amount of yardage, there's probably not anybody on your defense that really stands out. But how do you not give it to somebody that holds anybody? I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Pop Warner. That's hard to do. I don't know how many possessions they had, but that's a tough thing to do. And our defense well deserved that. It was well deserved. And Truett, even though there was only 2 punts, he had the one there early when we were backed up that was a nice punt, 40-something yards that changed the field position. And the other punt we had after the third down there, he was like a 60-something yarder that backed them up, and that gave us the score right before halftime. So his 2 punts were not only helped us distance-wise, but were big during the moment. So he was well deserved as well.
Moving forward to Bucknell this week, what stands out about them?
Well, I think 2 things. One is obviously they're new, so there's a uniqueness. You don't know tons about them, what their coaches like to do. You're studying all that. But they're a big physical team. They're going to try to come after us. They've got a left tackle that's an NFL prospect that a lot of NFL people are excited about, and you can see why. They do a nice job up front of blocking and doing different schemes. So that's going to be a challenge. Their size against, we're not the biggest defensive line, but we're quick. So how can we match up with that? And then defensively, they give you a lot of looks, and they're a tough physical team. We're not going to be able to just line up and try to pound it down their throats. They do a good job of that. So it'll be a challenge. I think we have a speed advantage, obviously. So our challenge is, can we get our speed out in the space? So it'll be a good matchup. They're a tough team, and it'll really see some of the teams that they've played and who they play. Are well respected nationally, and the Patriot League is well respected. They've had good football teams, and so I think that's good for the Low Country, good for us to play another conference team. You usually don't get this that late in the year, so that's a positive.
You mentioned it being late in the year, and knowing you have the 3 conference games after it. Is it any bit of an extra challenge to make sure guys are focused in, realize this one's important?
I think so. I would tell you, I hope not. Our guys understand they're all important, but the natural thing is, no matter what, if you feel like we don't have conference till next week, we can sort of relax. That's what, when you get beat, that's a loser mentality. And so we try to make sure our guys understand the importance of that. Each game, one is different, but each game you have an opportunity to make a statement, and no matter what, we're going to make a statement after the game, win or lose. What's the statement you want to be said about you? And so it is a little bit. I'm not going to say I'm concerned about it. I'm not losing sleep over it, but we have to We have to be motivated to make sure that we continue, because I'm not one of these things you can just turn it on, turn it off. You got to continue to build that momentum. If you don't, when you lose it, it's hard to get back. So we've got some positive momentum now. We need to continue to build it.
Second of a 3-game homestand, 11:45 a.m. kickoff at Buccaneer Field as Charleston Southern hosts Bucknell. For Jamey Chadwell, my name is Kevin O'Rourke. Thanks for watching the Jamey Chadwell Show.